All right, dude, this is a nice segue, actually. So, quad lock question of the week, dude. You love this guy's handle, don't you?
Clydesdale Earnhardt Jr.
Dude, that is the best handle that we've seen
Yeah, best
ever
one I've
on the
seen. Yep.
yeah, quad lock question of the week. Hey, Clydesdale Earnhardt Jr. Oh, he wins just because of the name in general, dude.
Yeah.
That is awesome. Congratulations, Clydesdale. You win the quad lock question of the week. I can't stop laughing. Question of the week, quad lock. Thank you for doing this. This is a great campaign. You know what to do by now. I'm sure JH, our co-producer, has already reached out to you to get you dialed in. But Clydesdale Earnhardt Jr. asks, who would you guys compare the future rivalry of Jett versus Deegan to? RVRD, RCJS, others. We had quite a few of these questions, by the way. And how would I do that? For me, I'm gonna say it's very similar to you and RD. I wouldn't say it would be close. It for me, it's closer to my rivalry with MC, and rather than James, because I just feel like how I know how MC raced and I know how James raced, and like for me, I feel like I would be the Deegan version and MC would be the Jett version. Does that make sense? And
Mhm.
just the calculation and just how methodical that MC was, you know?
Mm.
So I think it's that it would be very, very similar to that. As far as from the outside looking in, your rivalry with RD, I mean, you were able to go over the edge, be more aggressive, ramp up your intensity. I mean, again, I just talked about your accolades and your win percentage. So, I mean, how would you compare the rivalry?
Yeah, I mean, I think the problem I see with you know the MC and you and myself
Yeah,
and Dunge is when we're talking about these Hayden and Jett currently as that rivalry, right? Who is that going to be the next one? I think that you know Hayden and Jett alone, those two are much better than you or Ricky, meaning from a technical standpoint on the motorcycle. Even
yep,
me, like
hundred
Jett,
percent.
much better than me. Hayden's kind of like got the both of those worlds of a little bit of my riding style and your riding style, but also he's current. He's 18 years old. He's so I yeah, when that time comes, I think the biggest question is when that time comes. Are
Yeah,
we I'm hoping that Jett is still at his peak and it's not like he's, kind of the runway's running out, right? And
or
is
he's
he
flattened out. Yeah,
or he's flattened out, and then Hayden comes up and he's in his prime because that gap, that difference in because I think Hayden's got still another 2 years in the lights or in the 250 class, right?
I bet he stays in it one more year and then bounces.
Yep.
I don't know that.
Yep.
Dude, that's total speculation. I mean,
Yep.
it
If
seems
he
like that
stays
would
in
be the
one more
natural
year,
progression.
yeah, if he stays in one more year, right, that would be 3 total. Would that be yeah,
Mhm.
that'd be 3
Yep.
total, yeah. So let's say he's gonna be one more year, so Jett gets another, and then you gotta remember Hayden's gonna have a couple, at least one learning year on that 450 with the added races and all of that. That's a huge undertaking on itself alone. Um, I hope to see it, I hope to
Yeah.
see
But do you
that.
think so who do you think it like that rivalry, you don't think it's like close
I
to
just
your
think
and RV?
they're two they're I think they're better than I was, and I think they're a lot better than Dunge was too.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, yeah.
I think myself and Dunge were on a pretty level playing field, but not as good and technically and also well rounded as Hayden and Jett are currently. So,
Yeah.
my one of my biggest rivalries was Dunge from a longevity standpoint. He could never count the guy out. But then I obviously raced James very hard for many years, and Chad also. But it wasn't long standing as racing
Yeah.
done.
Yeah. It was I would say like everybody made a big deal about like mine and MC's rivalry or me and Stu, but I think that like for me personally, like you just made me think of something. I think my rivalry with Reedy was probably the most intense one.
Yes, I would
In
have to agree.
in a weird way. I don't know. Just because like kind of like what you said, my rivalry with MC is I don't know that I ever got the best of MC. He was like I think he was flattened out at that stage, you know, by the
Yep.
time that I had gotten to where I was my best. Like,
Yep.
everyone, like, would always try to compare me and Everts when we would race, and I'm like, "Dude, I'm 17 years old. This guy's 28 years old. He's
Yep.
got he's got worldly experience. He's multi-time, world champ. Like, I'm not even close to, like, where I would like to be someday, and he's already achieved everything that he's gonna achieve, so it really was never a fair comparison, like what you're saying. It just
Yes.
I didn't I raced MC when he was awesome, but I don't think that he was the best he ever was, and I
Yeah.
mean that respectfully, I just
Yeah, well, it's just the when each of you turn pro, you come up just like we're seeing that Jett's already been in the 450 class for it'll be 3-ish years before Haiden comes up. So you have that gap. Then he's got that learning curve for Haiden in the 450 class. And what's Jett's runway look like? How long is he going to be in this? How long is he
yeah,
going to be at his best, his ultimate best? I think he has a definitely a lot more years to come. I mean, I don't know at this point because we're going to lose Eli here within 12-ish months.
yep,
And as far as I'm concerned, Chase would be the next guy to come in and challenge Jett. But as of right now, that what I mentioned about consistency and having that whole package, he's lacking in that department right now. And a little bit of it's the team, a little bit, in my opinion, a little bit it's him also.
mhm,
And you
yeah,
can't be lacking anything when you're going to race
nothing.
a guy at that level.
You're exactly right. You have to have every part of your game buttoned up, dude. Everything. You got to be comfortable with the bike. You have to know you can win on your bike. You have to be honest with yourself, personal responsibility. You have to have the cardio side of it buttoned up. You have to be mentally strong. You have to have race strategy. You have to be smart about how you set your motorcycle up on certain tracks. I mean, the foresight that you have to have has to be on another level, dude.
Hmm.
And yeah, it's gonna be regardless, it's gonna be a lot of fun to watch it all play out, and it's gonna be a lot of fun to just see how 2 different styles of racing and approaches basically equate to the same thing, right? Like
Mm.
riding styles and just how you do things. I'm excited for it. It's some time out, like you said, for sure, but
Yeah, it's gonna be good though when it does happen.
yeah, for sure. Um, Clydesdale. Thanks for that, dude.
Yeah,
That
good
was
question.
that was a great question. Again, the name, it's got me, dude. I can't stop talking about it. Um, yeah, thanks Quadlock again, and thanks for the question. Congratulations.
Hi, folks. Lee Diffie from NBC Sports here. If you truly enjoyed what you just watched, you can get more news, interviews, and highlights by subscribing to the Motorsports on NBC YouTube page. You can get it all, so go for it.